happens to me, I'm just like, oh, maybe she's
Mad
right
at
as she
you?
is. Being mad at me, and that's why my life, because I'm 21, and I know that there's very adults that probably haven't gone through like the shit that I have gone through.
That's true.
And I mean, this morning I woke up and, when I first got here, I genuinely thought I felt happy. And I do, because I wanted this.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the grand scheme of things, I thought about it and I'm like, I thought this would take a significant chunk load of the pain that I feel.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning and there's just that nagging pain. There's still, I thought it would reduce, but it hasn't reduced.
Did you tell me whether you want to apologize?
I don't want to, because I've tried different therapists and I just feel like nothing is ever going to change. It's still going to be
No, that's true.
that huge pain that I'm feeling that I can't explain. And I feel like I've spoken about it so many times. I would think that by now the pain would maybe, even if it's just a little bit,
that is extremely traumatic.
and
That would be extremely traumatic for a child to go through. You have to understand, you need so much time and patience. Like, don't use words like ever. Like, it will always go, like, the pain will always be there. Like, the pain will not always be there. That's not true. You were a child. Like,
all through my life, I look for the next fix because it's never enough. When I go to Big Brother, go to the house, I feel happy. And now it seems like I'm back to looking for the next big thing.
no, you're not actually looking for the next big thing because this big thing hasn't even happened yet. You're still in here. You haven't actually experienced the effects of being on this platform. Do you understand? Like, you haven't actually experienced the effects. Like, you have to process Big Brother. Like, it hasn't happened yet. What has happened that you know? You're in here. You don't know anything. Chalk this up to a bad day.
I feel like I'm in this house full of people that I've heard that I thought that it felt like I belonged here. Now it just feels like I'm probably too much.
No.
On some days I feel like I'm not. On some days I just feel like, guy, your personality is true. Maybe you should mellow down. That's why sometimes
How can your personality be too?
I feel like
What should I say about myself? And what should Lily say about herself? What should Sandra say about himself? We're constantly talking or doing something. Your personality is not too anything. I literally have an emotional moment almost every single day. I'm sure, like, bruh, are you joking? Every day it almost seems like you're telling Aaron to calm down about one thing or another. Your personality is not too much, and please never ever feel the need to shrink yourself in that way. Like, never ever because you think, oh, I'm too much. Like, you're never too much, and you absolutely 100% fit in. Like, seriously.
You want me to dive into you?
You guys, wait, stop. We're having like a conversation. It's not about this. What about AJ?
Sorry.
Your personality is not too much. Your personality is not too much, and Angel, you have to understand. You've gone through what, like, exactly like you said, what adults twice your age haven't experienced. That's what you've experienced. Do you know how many things you said about yourself that's kind of like you need to make a movie about your life? Like, anything you're doing, like I promise you, like, whatever is happening to you is literally best case scenario. It could be so much worse. Like, I've not met a stronger person.
and that's the problem.
Your mom tried to abort you how many times when you were a child? Then she had you. And then, like, now you took care of your great grandma when she had dementia. You were depressed. You were suicidal. Like, are you serious? Stop. Your first and only boyfriend died. The first time you gave love a chance. Are you serious?
That's the problem. I just feel like
You're not because of everything.
all my life
Fighting.
and I just feel like
It's okay to cry and it's okay to feel this way, but you can't give up on yourself. It's supposed to be tough, like in this way.
sometimes I
You're
just ask
going to-
myself if it was something like this.
It's not that what made your boyfriend
I
die.
keep thinking, okay, maybe because of how I treated my great granny, that's why God took him from me.
Angel, you were 10. How could you have treated her? What could you have done? I don't understand. You yelled at her when she pooped on herself.
I feel so guilty. I feel like there was, maybe because I'm older now, so like there's a lot of self-awareness.
Yeah.
And I just think back, I'm like, why did you do that? Why were you lashing out
You
so
were a
bad?
child.
But then there's a voice in my head telling me, oh, you were a baby, you're supposed to be happy being the one taking care of you.
That's
Don't
true.
But I can't even get myself to accept that knowledge. Like, all I feel is guilt.
I understand that you feel guilty. Like, it's because she's gone. And you can't, like, well, if she was alive, you would have apologized. You've spent your life doing actions to make up for it. But because she's dead now, you feel like you're stuck with that guilt. You actually have to forgive yourself, Angel. And I don't think you can do it on your own because this is not something that occurred in a silo. This is not something that occurred exclusive of other things. So many other things have happened to you that you need to walk through, and you're only 21, Angel. Like, if I hadn't passed through this age or like experienced real life, I could have been like, you can do it by yourself. But I promise you, Angel, you can't do it on your own. I don't know which therapists or which psychologists you've tried in the past, but you literally can't do it on your own. It's impossible. These things that happened to you when you were a child have now like stuck on you and on how you think of yourself. Like, you obviously have to see someone when we live here, but I'm just letting you know, like, you're perfectly okay. Like, it's okay for you to have mood swings. It's okay for you to have bad days. It's okay for you to wake up and not feel like participating on that day because you're dealing with so much. But like, you literally like eventually have to like start a journey to like being healthy. You have to start a journey to like normalcy. Do you understand what I mean? Because like you're like, it's like making your own self a punching bag, like your own punching bag. Do you understand? Like, give yourself a fucking chance. Give yourself a fucking chance. It won't always be bad. It literally won't always be bad. I promise you. Like, it just won't. You know, you can't give up on yourself now. And you haven't experienced Big Brother. You're in the house. You're just in the house. You're just in the house. It hasn't even started yet. Let me put it that way.
So sometimes I'm just like, what is the point? Because I come back to
Put your mind there. What would you be doing if you were on the outside? Going out, chilling, partying. Do it in here. And when your journey here is over, then you'll be outside, doing outside too. Like, what's the rush? Just go through it, experience it. All of us have been thrown into something that we have no idea what this is. And every single day, we're trying to understand what we've gotten ourselves into. We're trying to understand how to navigate this. And that is what this is. That's what it is supposed to be. And like, let me level with you. If you were on the outside, I bet you're waking up and it's like, you could have a bad day there too. Whether or not you're stuck with 20 other strangers. Do you understand what I mean? So let this be that.